Okay, gents, welcome back out to the range. We have two projects in one here. I say that because both of them are the Scott Satterley 10 round load development. The first revision I should make note of because now he does his seating depth tuning first, and then after that, he tries to find the velocity node. What we're doing here is the first revision where we've already found our velocity node, but now we're going to be testing our seating depth tuning and how well they print on paper. Over here, it looks different because we're actually a step behind. We're confirming a velocity node, but then I went ahead and I loaded it up because this is the last bullets I have. Basically, I don't care. I just want to see how the seating depth affects the group size. And all this is in my semi-custom. So I'm going to learn either way. I'm really angry at the moment because I have another bad primer. What the hell? Still can't believe I got a bad primer. Again. Anyway, we're done firing. Let's go check the groups. We have to walk out to 100 yards. Okay, brief overview. From upper left to lower right, we're working from shortest to longest. And this is at cartridge-based ogive 3.502. Previously, in my other video, I was working with a cartridge-based ogive of 3505. And remember, I said that the shorter I went, the more verticality I got. And we see here that is repeated. And from here to there's a pretty big shift to the point of impact. So definitely not good. This is 3504 and 3506. And you can see like why I loaded to 3505 is that kind of would have been in between, and those are fairly similar, but not ideal. 3508 definitely tightened up a little bit more to the left, but that would be a good place to load to. That is about an inch, which honestly, probably the best we're going to do with this powder. IMR 4451 definitely worked better. Here we see that it gets some some horizontal stringing, and then it kind of starts to widen up again. Now, this is where I had a bad primer again. You can see the shift of the point of impact is definitely more to the down, and same thing here, although this is a little bit more to the left. And then the final one, point of aim is right there, so it's almost directly below, so it's shifted more to the right. So that's all she wrote when it came to Norma URP. So at least I got that. At least I got a 1-inch group. I was really hoping for better, but considering that previously like 2 inches to 1.5 inches was about what we were doing, I really should be happy with that, and I guess I am. So now I need to work up my other load development, which is 162 grain Hornady match bullet with IMR 4831. We're going to see how that does. Okay, gents, I'm doing a secondary intro here for the Hornady 162 grain match bullet propelled by IMR 4831. I've already done part 1 of this 10 round Scott Satterley load development here of his first revision. And quick overview, this is where you fire off your rounds, you graph them, and that's the point where we're at now. Now, what you're supposed to do when you have your graph is pick the flat spots that you have on your graph. Load up some more ammo, confirm the velocity node, which is the flat spot, or the plateau. Either way, it's hopefully your velocity node. Like right here would be a great one. 47.6 grains and 47.8. There is a 2 feet per second difference between these two charges. Keep in mind though, I'm only firing one of each round. If you've seen any of my other videos on this type of load development, you will see that I've done this and I picked flat spots, and it doesn't always work out. So for the second part of this video, I purposely did it wrong. I picked this nice gentle curve again, because with Norma URP, 46 grains gave us an excellent velocity node. It gave us an extreme spread of 13 with a standard deviation of 5. That's great. That's not the best in the world, but that's great. So I'm picking this 48 grains. We're just going to see how well it does. And what follows in the rest of this video is me loading up 5 rounds to fire over a chronograph, then 5 rounds to print on paper, and then I believe I have 12 rounds to test seeding depth tuning. So that's when you take 48 grains and then you load rounds either longer or shorter, depending on how you loaded your ammo, and you see how well you can tune the load with seeding depth changes. Let's take a look at the numbers. So average 2709, high 2719, low 2697. Nice. Standard deviation 9, extreme spread 22. That's not bad. I mean, that's not the greatest, but it's not bad. Let's take a look at the numbers. 2707, 2697, 2719, 2717, 2705. So yeah, that's not bad. And again, I basically didn't pay attention to the node, did I? I went on another climbing part. Okay, so I also fired the 5 shots as well as the seeding depth change shots. That's poorly worded, but I'm going on like 3 hours out here in the cold. So let's check the targets and let's see where we're at. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a jumbled mess, but the original 5 shots right there, a little over an inch. I adjusted the scope, and up here, here's the 3 shots, very similar. And then from there, as we increase our seeding depth, it just gets more and more scattered. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to try interpreting it. Just know that the longer we went, pretty much the worse it got, although it did start to improve a little bit. So if we would have went longer, it probably would have improved again, but really going with our original seeding depth would have been best. We can try going a little bit shorter, see if it tightens it up, but again, it's only about a 1-inch group. So I'm not the most impressed by it, but it is what it is. For a quick load development that took me, let's see, 30 bullets at most. Not bad, but honestly, I still prefer the Optimum charge weight.